Good afternoon and welcome to the Public Service Commission of South Carolina. It is Thursday, May the 25th at 2 p.m. and we are here for our regularly scheduled business meeting. Let's take a roll call of commissioners to start. With us virtually, we have Commissioner Irvin and Commissioner Caston. Present in the hearing room, we have Commissioner Justin Williams, Vice Chair Powers, Commissioner Carolee Williams, Chair Belser. I know that Commissioner Thomas is on annual leave. Before we begin with the agenda, I invite you to join me for a moment of silent reflection. Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Scarborough.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, and good afternoon, Vice Chair Powers and Commissioners. First item of business is to set the next regularly scheduled business meeting. Staff recommends that the next commission business meeting be scheduled for Thursday, June the 15th, 2023 at 2:00 p.m.
Thank you, Mr. Scarborough. I note that next week is a state holiday, and we generally don't have a business meeting during a week with a state holiday. And the following week is the C-Route conference that some of the commissioners will be attending. So our next regularly scheduled business meeting will be scheduled for Thursday, June 15th, 2023 at 2 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. Today we have 10 items on our utilities agenda and 11 items on the transportation agenda. Item number 1 is in docket number 2017-282C. This is a request for approval of the amendment to the interconnection agreement between Brightspeed of South Carolina, LLC, and Time Warner Cable Information Services, South Carolina, LLC.
Commissioners, we've heard agenda item 1 described by Mr. Scarborough. Is there a motion?
Chair Belser, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Carolee Williams is recognized.
Thank you. I move that the Commission approve the amendment to the interconnection agreement between Brightspeed of South Carolina, LLC, and Time Warner Cable Information Services, South Carolina, LLC.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Carolee Williams. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Carolee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams?
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 2 is in docket number 2023-153C. This is a motion from Zayo Group, LLC, and Electric Lightwave, LLC, for confidential treatment of Exhibit E to their application for approval of a pro forma consolidation.
With regard to agenda item 2, utilities agenda item 2, as identified by Mr. Scarborough, is there a motion?
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Irvin is recognized.
Thank you. I move that the Commission grant the motion filed by Zayo Group, LLC, and Electric Lightwave, LLC, the applicants, requesting confidential treatment for Exhibit E to their application for approval of pro forma consolidation. The applicants assert that they must disclose evidence of their financial ability to provide service by submitting certain documentation of financial resources as part of their application. This information contains highly confidential and strictly proprietary information and trade secrets which would result in direct, immediate, and substantial harm to the applicant's competitive position in South Carolina and other states where they're doing business if such information is disclosed. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Irvin. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Irvin. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams?
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers?
Aye.
Commissioner Carolee Williams?
I vote aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 3 appears in docket number 2023-29S, which is a proposed consent order and stipulation from Jacob Utilities, LLC, and the Office of Regulatory Staff.
Commissioners, with regard to agenda item 3, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, this is Commissioner Caston. I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Caston is recognized.
Jacob Utilities, LLC, and the Office of Regulatory Staff filed a stipulation and proposed consent order related to procedural issues in this docket. I move that the commission accept the procedural terms of the stipulation with an amendment to term 2 below. The procedural schedule in this case shall remain held in abeyance pending further order of the commission. The company shall answer by May 15th, 2023, all discovery questions, including the ORS's first and continuing request for production of books, records, and other information issued to the company in this docket on January 25th, 2023. Subsequent correspondence from counsel to the company advised the commission that counsel and the ORS have agreed to extend the deadline for one discovery response outstanding. 3, the application for proposed rates and tariffs in this docket shall be considered a proceeding to establish new rates pursuant to South Carolina Code Annotated Reg 103-512-4B and South Carolina Code Annotated 58-5-240. The company shall serve a copy of the full order on the Cliffs Club Holdings, LLC, and any other persons as determined by the commission. The company shall supplement and amend the application to provide any additional information required by South Carolina Code 103-512-4B and not included with the application within 45 days of the date of this order. Jacob's notice of intent required pursuant to South Carolina Code Annotated 58-5-240 is deemed provided as of the date of the submission of the stipulation to the commission. I further move that we direct the clerk's office to establish a procedural schedule in this docket to reflect the terms agreed to by the parties in the stipulation and including a hearing date and pre-filed testimony deadlines following filing and approval of an amended application with the commission. At this time, no additional publication of notice in this docket is required. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Caston. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams?
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers?
Aye.
Commissioner Carolee Williams?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 4 is in docket number 2020-275S. This is a joint motion for approval of the Second Amendment to the Gravity Sewer Agreement and assignment of that agreement between Condor Environmental Incorporated and Renewable Water Resources, also known as REWA. The Office of Regulatory Staff has requested more time to review this request. Therefore, staff recommends that this item be carried over.
Item 4 will be carried over.
Item number 5 appears in docket number 2023-138E, which is a motion to dismiss the complaint made by Lakeisha T. Harrison and to toll the hearing date and testimony filing deadlines for all parties.
With regard to Utilities Agenda Item 5, is there a motion?
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Justin Williams?
Madam Chair, fellow commissioners, I move that the commission grant Dominion Energy South Carolina's motion to dismiss. The Office of Regulatory Staff has investigated this matter and closed its file. The only contention made by this ratepayer, Ms. Lakeisha Harrison, is a reference to an unspecified billing error for an erroneous amount pursuant to 15 USC 1637 B2, which is a federal statute not within the purview of the South Carolina Public Service Commission. Ms. Harrison failed to identify any specific payments, charges, dates of payments or charges, or amounts in dispute. Further, Ms. Harrison stated that a billing error exists with no other information or alleged facts, and this does not comply with Regulation 1038243, paragraph 3. As such, Ms. Harrison's complaint is appropriately dismissed upon the uncontested motion filed by Dominion Energy South Carolina. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Justin Williams. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Williams?
Madam Chair, fellow commissioners, I always want the commission to remain accessible to ratepayers who feel as if there are issues that they're unable to resolve with the utility or any other entity that is in a position to help them with their utility issues. Not only did the Office of Regulatory staff investigate this issue and close its file, but our staff reviewed the file, and there's just not an argument here or an allegation here that the commission can do anything about, in my opinion. And because of that, I believe it's appropriate to dismiss Ms. Harrison's complaint. That's not to say that ratepayers like Ms. Harrison should not seek some level of relief if they believe they have issues. But in this particular case, I don't believe there's anything the commission can do based on the filing, and the motion to dismiss should be granted. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any further discussion?
Chair Belser?
Commissioner Carolee Williams?
Thank you. Commissioner Williams, I certainly agree with everything that you just said, and I just wanted to clarify whether we are dismissing this without prejudice such that Ms. Harrison could amend her complaint or could come back and clarify what the issues were and the remedies that we could resolve.
May I answer that?
Yes, ma'am. I yield, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Unless a motion or an order states that a matter is dismissed with prejudice, it is considered to be dismissed without prejudice.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair
Thank
Belser.
you.
I just wanted to be clear about
Thank
that.
you. Any further discussion? Thank you. With regard to Commissioner Justin Williams' motion and utility agenda item 5, we'll take a roll call vote beginning with Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carolee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 6 is in docket number 2019-326E. This is a request from Duke Energy Carolinas LLC and Duke Energy Progress LLC to authorize their use of the Resource Solicitation Cluster to administer the company's 2023 solar procurement RFP.
With regard to utilities agenda item 6, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I have a motion.
Commissioner Irvin is recognized.
Thank you. I move that the commission accept for filings notification of election by Duke Energy Carolinas LLC and Duke Energy Progress LLC to use section 5.3.2 of its approved Q reform proposal. I would note that the Office of Regulatory staff commented on this matter and has no objection. ORS also commented that the Duke company's unopposed Q reform proposal and order number 2021-439 states in section 5.3.2 of the approved Q reform proposal that the utility can initiate a resource solicitation cluster without additional commission authority. DEC and DEP shall ensure that the resource solicitation cluster is conducted consistent with the South Carolina Generator Interconnection Procedures and Appendix Duke and CS, and with the same procedures for the purposes of studying South Carolina solar project proposals planned to bid in the 2023 RFP. Duke Energy Carolinas and Duke Energy Progress state that resource solicitation cluster process shall allow South Carolina projects an opportunity to bid into the RFP covering DEC and DEP services in South Carolina. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Irvin. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Irvin. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers,
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Caston. I'm sorry. Commissioner Caston? We're not hearing you. Can you give me a thumbs up or thumbs down?
Aye.
There we go. I heard you there. I heard the aye there. Thank you. And the chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 7 is in docket number 2008-184A. Staff presents for commission consideration the scope of commission order number 2010-347.
With regard to utilities, agenda item 7 is identified by Mr. Scarborough. Is there a motion?
Chair Belser, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams is recognized.
I move to clarify that the scope of Commission Order Number 2010-347 applies only to telecommunication companies that file annual reports in accordance with South Carolina Code Annotated Regulations 103-612.1. Annual report with the Commission. Confidential information must be designated as, quote, confidential information, unquote, and provided to the Commission in a separate envelope with the word confidential clearly marked on the envelope, as provided in Commission Order Number 2005-226. Persons or companies filing such information must furnish, along with confidential information, a version of the material with all of the confidential information redacted out of it. I also move that we direct the clerk's office to amend the caption of docket number 2008-184-A to read Request for Confidential Treatment of Telecommunications Companies' Annual Reports. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. With regard to Commissioner Carol Lee Williams' motion, is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams,
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 8 appears in docket number 2023-154E, which is the procedural schedule for the consultant's report in this docket and the request from South Carolina Public Service Authority, also known as Santee Cooper, for confidential treatment of attachment 1 to the application.
With regard to utilities, agenda item 8, is there a motion?
Chair Belser, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Thank you. I move that the Commission grant the motion filed by South Carolina Public Service Authority, Santee Cooper, requesting confidential treatment of Attachment 1 to the 2023 Integrated Resource Plan submitted on May 15, 2023. Santee Cooper asserts that the information in Attachment 1 contains confidential and proprietary information and trade secrets that would result in direct, immediate, and substantial harm to Santee Cooper's competitive position in South Carolina if such information is disclosed. Pursuant to Commission Order Number 2022-840, dated December 15, 2022, the Commission established the following procedural schedule for Santee Cooper's 2023 IRP. IRP filing date, May 15, 2023. Hearing date, December 4, 2023. Company's direct testimony due date, July 14, 2023. All other parties' direct testimony due date, September 22, 2023. Company's rebuttal testimony due date, October 27, 2023. All other parties' rebuttal due date, November 17, 2023. I move that the clerk's office amend the procedural schedule in this docket regarding the consultant's report to establish the following dates. Consultant's report is due on January the 4th, 2024. Continuation of hearing on consultant's report shall begin at 10 a.m. on Wednesday, January the 24th, 2024. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Carol Lee Williams. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams,
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 9 has been removed from the agenda, so moving on to item number 10. which is in dockets numbered 2023-16E and 2023-17E, which is a request from Duke Energy Carolinas LLC and Duke Energy Progress LLC for confidential treatment of DEC's Exhibit 1 and DEP's Exhibit 1 of witness Glenn Snyder's direct testimony.
With regard to utilities, agenda item 10, is there a motion?
Chair Belzer, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Carolee Williams.
Thank you. I move that the commission grant the motion filed by Duke Energy Carolinas LLC and Duke Energy Progress LLCs requesting confidential treatment for Duke Energy Carolinas Exhibit 1 and Duke Energy Progress Exhibit 1 to Glenn Snyder's direct testimony. Duke Energy Progress and Duke Energy Carolinas assert this information is confidential, proprietary information, and that its public release would result in harm to Duke Energy Carolinas and Duke Energy Progress's competitive position. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner. With regard to Commissioner Carolee Williams' motion, is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Carolee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams,
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers,
Aye.
and I vote aye. The motion carries.
Madam Chair, that completes the utilities agenda before the commission. So moving on to the motor carrier agenda, item numbers 1 through 7 are requests for Class C certificates. Staff recommends that these items be taken together, and I will review them for the commission. Item number 1 appears in docket number 2023-149T, which is the application of CNF Charter Service, LLC, for a Class C charter bus certificate. Item number 2 is in docket number 2023-150T, which is the application of Concierge Car Service, LLC, for a Class C charter certificate. Item number 3 is in docket number 2023-151T. This is the application of C&J Transportation, LLC, for a Class C non-emergency certificate. Item number 4 appears in docket number 2023-152T. This is the application of 24/7 Medcare Transport, LLC, for a Class C non-emergency certificate. Item number 5 is in docket number 2023-158T, which is the application of Amtran Medical Transport, Incorporated, for a Class C non-emergency certificate. Item number 6 appears in docket number 2023-159T. This is the application of Solutions in Transportation, LLC, for a Class C non-emergency certificate. And item number 7 is in docket number 2023-160T. This is the application of Premier Tours and Limo, LLC, for a Class C charter certificate.
With regard to transportation agenda items 1 through 7 as identified by Mr. Scarborough, is there a motion?
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Madam Chair, fellow commissioners, I move that the commission approve the applications for Class C certificates in items 1 through 7 as listed by Mr. Scarborough. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Justin Williams. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carolee Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 8 is in docket number 2023-31T, which is the request of Jesse's Heart NEMT, LLC, for a 3-month extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations.
With regard to transportation agenda item 8, is there a motion?
Chair Belzer, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Carolee Williams.
Thank you. I move that the commission grant the request of Jesse's Heart NEMT, LLC, for a 3-month extension until August 25th, 2023 to comply with commission rules and regulations.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Carolee Williams. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Carolee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 9 is in docket number 2019-83T, which is a request from Buddy Taxi LLC to cancel Class C taxi certificate number 9444.
With regard to Transportation Agenda Item 9, is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Irvin?
thank you. I move the commission grant the request of Buddy Taxi LLC to cancel its Class C taxi certificate number 9444. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner. With regard to Commissioner Irvin's motion, is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams?
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers?
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams?
I vote aye.
Commissioner Commissioner
Aye.
Caston?
Aye.
Sorry. The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 10 appears in docket number 2009-167T. Staff presents for commission consideration approval of proposed amendments to current motor carrier applications and forms filed by commission staff.
With regard to Transportation Agenda Item 10, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, as Commissioner Caston, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Caston is recognized.
I move that the commission approve and adopt the proposed amendments of the current motor carrier applications and forms as filed in this docket on May 24th, 2023, and amended to include the proposed changes by ORS concerning the reasons for revocation of a motor carrier certificate in the ORS letter dated May 25th, 2023. The changes to the language contained in the checkboxes of the following statement. My certificate was revoked for the following reason. Quotes. First, change the language. Failure to pay decal fees to state failure to pay vehicle registration. And next, change the language by the checkbox failure to file annual reports and gross receipts to read as follows. Failure to pay gross receipts, assessment, file annual reports, and/or file gross receipts. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Caston. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams?
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers?
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 11 is in docket number 2021-329T. This is the request of Palmetto Specialty Transfer LLC to cancel household goods certificate number 9749C.
Mr. Scarborough, would you read that docket number again, please?
2004-329T.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you for finding that.
With regard to Transportation Agenda Item 11, is there a motion?
Chair Belser, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams is recognized.
Thank you. I move that the commission grant the request of Palmetto Specialty Transfer LLC to cancel its Class C household goods certificate number 9749C.
Thank you, Commissioner. With regard to Commissioner Carol Lee Williams' motion, is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams?
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Madam Chair and Commissioners, this concludes all business noticed before the commission today.
Thank you, Mr. Scarborough. As stated earlier, our next regularly scheduled business meeting will be Thursday, June 15th, 2023 at 2 p.m. We are adjourned. Thank you.